Hey everybody. Today's Motivational Monday is one that's really close to my heart. I had actually planned on talking about something else, but the Lord put this message on my heart and told me, with it being in the season that it is, to get this message across. So today we're talking about obstacles versus opportunities. This Thanksgiving will mark 20 years that my father has been gone. When my father died, I was 13 years old, and when I tell you it literally just completely flipped my world upside down, that's not an understatement. I went through every single emotion in the book: denial, anger, fear, depression, all of it. I saw that at the time as an obstacle to my life. I felt like he left me. I felt as if there were nothing good that was going to come out of this situation. And I literally lived my life in that way. Like I said, was angry, very angry at a lot of things and a lot of people, whether it was, it had anything to do with them or not, because I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to live in a good space from that situation. And it just literally shattered my perception of what my life in reality was at that moment. Fast forward to 2006, 9 years later, my mother suddenly dies. It was Good Friday. She had an aneurysm that Friday, and on Easter Sunday, she was pronounced brain dead, and that was the last time I saw my mother alive. It also was very crushing to me, but this time I was able to see things differently. When my father died, I had never lost anybody close to me. And it to this day is one of the hardest things that I've ever gone through. When my mother died, because I'd had the experience of losing a parent, I won't say it didn't hurt as much, but I was able to handle it a little differently. And just to give you a little scope of what was going on around that situation, my mother died on a Sunday. I remember that week going in and telling the apartment manager at the time, hey, letting her know what was going on. My mother had just died. She asked me, I think, my address, and she looked in the system, and word for word, her words were, well, your rent is paid up for the rest of the month. Just be out by the end of the month. And it was that blow, plus many others in the next 2 weeks, that helped me to adjust the way I saw things. My car broke down also within that time. So if you can imagine where my head was and what I was going through, my mother dies, I'm homeless, and my car breaks down, all within a 2-week span. And I remember one night in particular, I was at a friend's house, and I remember getting up in the middle of the night and just crying. And through my head, I was saying, man, if I only had one more time with my mother, if I wish I would have. I feel so bad for her. But the thing that happened once I was going through those statements, I couldn't finish them. My mother knew how much I loved her, and I will tell you, I did everything in my power to show my mother how much I loved her, so she had no question. And it was at that moment I was like, wow, I can't finish these statements. Yes, I'm hurting because my mother's not here, but I did everything I could to let my mother know that I loved her when she was here. We had an excellent relationship. We did things together. My mother did an awesome job of being a good example of what a Christian mother should be, and just a steward for Christ altogether. And I just thank the Lord. Hi. Thank you. Somebody wanted to come join me. And I just thank the Lord for the experiences that I went through. As tragic as they were, I remember being in a place where I felt like I literally had nothing. Like, the things that were important to me, everything that I had was gone. My mother, my house, my home, my car. Within 2 weeks span, everything that I had was gone. So I said, you know what? From this point on, this is an opportunity for me to stand on what my mother taught me. An opportunity to live through the values that my father instilled in me. To be the grown woman, to step out, to step out and be the grown woman that I'm supposed to be. I was 22 years old. I had never lived on my own. And this was my opportunity to make my parents proud and myself proud, that I could be able to stand on my own and use what they gave me to continue to live my life and be who I was supposed to be. And this was also, and one of the most important things, I remember having a conversation and I heard God talk to me. And he was like, you have nothing to lose. It's time for you to put your trust in me. So I said, you know what? If no other time but the present, this is a time for me to go all in. And that was a pivotal moment for me that changed my relationship with God. So I'm saying, yes, you are going to go through things, but it's how you look at it. And whether you may see it at the time, certain things you go through are things to help you for different things that you go through later. And sometimes it's not for you. Sometimes it's for somebody that's watching you, or so that you can teach somebody else or be a testimony for somebody else to see when they go through things. Opportunities versus obstacles. How you see the situation will determine how you're able to handle it. But I will say this, God took what at the time were the two most important people to me, and he multiplied that. He gave me those two back plus some interest. So I say thank you for the obstacles in my life that I chose to look at as opportunities. And I am blessed that I am able to stand today with the help of God and using the obstacles that I went through as opportunities to grow and to learn and to strengthen my relationship with God. And I hope you are able to look at the things you're going through as opportunities and not just obstacles. All right, as always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share this message if it's been a blessing to you, or you know someone else that it may be a blessing to. All right, have a blessed day. Bye-bye. You say bye-bye? Say bye, Onyx. Say bye-bye.